The Wagner Group. Before we continue, remember to like, follow and subscribe to my channel. This is a Russian military group officially known as a private military company. It is good to note that it is a Russian state-funded organization. Though it is funded by the government, it has its own mercenaries who are hired to fight for pay. The main leaders are the Russian President Vladimir Putin and his best friend Yevgeny Prigozhin. The group operates beyond the law in Russia, where private military companies are officially forbidden. Due to close ties with the government, it is said to operate above the law. Though it is a Russian group, Wagner has been said to operate in some foreign countries and a number of continents ranging from Africa, Asia and others. The group was founded in 2014 by former Dmitry Utkin and businessman Yevgeny Prigozhin. It came to prominence during the Donbass War in Ukraine, where it helped pro-Russian separatist forces from 2014 to 2015. Its contractors have reportedly taken part in conflicts around the world, including the civil wars in Syria, Libya, the Central African Republic, and Mali, often fighting on the side of forces aligned with the Russian government. Wagner operatives are accused of committing war crimes including murder, torture, rape, and robbery of civilians, as well as torturing accused culprits. Wagner has aided Russia's agenda of invading Ukraine by recruiting prisoners to fight in the frontline for two main purposes, that is for pay and their jail time sentences to be reduced. Because of this, its troops has grown in size from 1,000 to approximately 50,000. On June 2023, Yevgeny Wagner leader led a rebellion towards Russia Ministry of Defense because he said that they were responsible for killing his soldiers and low weapon supply. Due to this hitch, Wagner mercenaries took over the Russian city of Rostov-on-Don, while the rest headed towards Moscow. The mutiny was halted the next day when a deal was brokered by Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko. Dmitriev, the founder, is a veteran of Chechen wars and was a lieutenant colonel and brigade commander of a unit of Spetsnaz GRU. After leaving the military, in 2013 Utkin began working for the Moran Security Group, a private company founded by Russian military veterans, which was involved in security and training missions worldwide, and specializes in security against piracy. The same year, senior Moran Security Group managers were involved in setting up the Hong Kong-based Slavonic Corps, which headhunted contractors to protect oil fields and pipelines in Syria during its civil war. Utkin was deployed in Syria as a member of the Slavonic Corps, surviving its disastrous mission. Subsequently, Utkin was photographed with Russian President Vladimir Putin at a Kremlin reception given in honor of those who had been awarded the Order of Courage and the title Hero of the Russian Federation to mark the Day of Heroes of the Fatherland, along with Alexander Kuznetsov, Andrei Bogatov and Andrei Trashev, Kuznetsov. Yevgeny Prigozhin, sometimes called Putin's chef, because of his catering businesses that hosted dinners which Vladimir Putin attended with foreign dignitaries, had links with Wagner and Utkin personally. The businessman was said to be the main funder and actual owner of the Wagner Group. Prigozhin denied any link with Wagner until September 2022, when he admitted having co-founded the group. Prigozhin claimed, "I cleaned the old weapons myself, sorted out the bulletproof vests myself and found specialists who could help me with this." From that moment, on May 1, 2014, a group of patriots was born, which later came to be called the Wagner Battalion. You may be wondering how Wagner gets its personnel and mercenaries. The company trains its personnel at a Russian Ministry of Defense facility in Molkino near the remote village of Mokin, Krasnodar Krai. The barracks at the base are officially not linked to the Russian Ministry of Defense, with court documents describing them as a children's vacation camp. The hired personnel for Wagner do not have permanent address. The average age of a Wagner private military contractor is 40 years old, and that the PMCs came from as many as 15 different countries, though the majority were from Russia. When new PMC recruits arrive at the training camp, they are no longer allowed to use internet resources. Company employees are not allowed to post photos, texts, audio and video recordings or any other information on the internet that was obtained during their training. They are not allowed to tell anyone their location, whether they are in Russia or another country. Mobile phones, tablets and other means of communication are left with the company and issued at a certain time with the permission of their commander. The company only accepts new recruits if a 10-year confidentiality agreement is established, and in case of a breach of the confidentiality the company reserves the right to terminate the employee's contract without paying. According to the Security Service of Ukraine, Russian military officers are assigned the role of drill instructors for the recruits. During their training, the PMCs receive $1,100 per month. BBC Russian service reported that according to jurists, it is not legal to send inmates to war. The Wagner Group reportedly recruited imprisoned UPC rebels in the Central African Republic to fight in Mali and Ukraine. They are reportedly nicknamed the Black Russians. Wagner are said to be operating in Russia, Syria, Sudan, Central African Republic, Madagascar, Libya, Mozambique, Burkina Faso, Chad, Mali in Africa, maybe to offer security or for mineral deposits. In other continents they are in Belarus, Moldova. Kindly like, follow and subscribe to my channel to see what they are doing in these countries.